This is the identity shift of shifting identity of somebody on a call, like at any moment, at any time. So I want you to think of this as anytime they have a belief system around something that they're coming in, right? They're believing something about themselves. They're believing something about you. They're believing something about the product. And so this five-step process allows you to shift their belief system into from problem to possibility. Okay, from resistance to being open, closed to being open, right? And so we talked about what it is, but I'm going to recap what it is for you, and that
Okay,
way anyone that watches this as well can get this to use this anytime, right? So step one of this process. Um, so what? Let's go back to your example, and I'll walk through this with you. What was the
sure.
example of that individual person?
Um, someone, the prospect, decides maybe they're not confident in the area that they're choosing, and they want to double down and maybe take off a larger area, or B, they're worried about competition, whether that be inside BGR or outside BGR coming in and
Right.
taking their share of the pie.
That's what we talked about. So the big issue is that, and we wrote this down as well, is that they fear that if we bring somebody, if we get them into the territory, right, and we bring multiple more people in the territory, that what's stopping them from moving the sale forward and then moving forward is that they believe that there won't be enough jobs essentially for them, more enough
Right.
jobs, so they'll lose out. And so they're in a mindset of doubt, insecurity, of it's like we need to dismantle their belief system, right? So that we get them into possibility and out of being in a stuck mindset. So we went through the example, but let's go through it again, right? So step one is and I'm
Um,
gonna just go through this framework again. So
sure.
Justin, I'm gonna acknowledge you, Justin. So what step one is acknowledge, right? So Justin, what I'm hearing you say is that um, it sounds like you are wanting to move forward, but the challenge is that 3 years down the line, in your specific territory, is there actually going to be enough jobs available? Because you want to make sure that you like no one takes up your territory. Is that right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else more besides that? Step two, clarify. This is step two, clarify.
No,
Or did I
that's
did I
that's
get that?
essentially that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. That's my
Are there
main
any
fear.
other main concerns at all? Step two, clarify. Are there any other main concerns
No, I think
with
that's a,
that?
that's a big one.
Okay, cool. So, uh, and then step number three is
Normalize.
normalize.
Yeah.
So, Justin, can I share with you that this is actually very common and normal. We hear this a lot with new guys that come in into our dealership model. Can I share with you how this is actually a good thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I normalize that this is just might be a little bit of fear, right? Fear of like, hey, in 3 years' time, if people come in my territory, there might not be enough jobs. And what I'm hearing is the fear of not having enough jobs, right? But I'm going to tell you right now that that fear is actually a myth. Can I share with you exactly how that's actually not even possible?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, cool. Can you take your phone out for me?
Yep.
Okay. I want you to type in. So, uh, how many like what's your 3 year vision? Like, how much money do you want to have per year? What's the goal again
I'd like to
for
make, at
us?
least 200K a year.
Okay, 200K a
Start.
year. Got it. So times it by three. Let's go 3 years out since you mentioned kind of like 3 years out, like that's your concern. So that's
Yep.
600,000 over the next 3 years. Now let's divide that by $2,000, which is the amount profit that'll be in your bank account. So let's do that. What's that math? 600,000 divided by,
300.
okay, 300. So that's how many jobs that you need that we need to do in your area in order to hit that target. Let's do this. How many people in your territory again? How many exactly?
It's 150, about 150,000. So that's only
150,000?
5 jobs a week that I have to do.
Yeah, 5 jobs a week. And do you remember our first conversation? Like we talked about how many people need root preservation now? Like how many
Mhm.
percentage need that now?
About 10%.
10%. So that's what? That's is that 15,000 jobs
Yeah.
that are needed today, right now?
Yep.
Yeah. And we just need how many?
Five a week, 300 total.
300 total, and there's 15,000. So what are you seeing now? And this is the next step, which is the anchoring and the reframe, right? The anchor. This is the anchor question. Anchor
Yep.
question. What are you seeing now, Justin? Opening up right now. What do you see that what you didn't see before that you see now from your concern?
Yeah, I guess the amount of people or amount of jobs that I need to do versus the amount of jobs there are is way lower than I initially thought.
Yeah. So you're saying that you thought there wouldn't be jobs available, like if we even if we had 10 dealers come in, Is there still enough jobs available for everybody?
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
best part is they can't operate in my territory.
They can't operate in territory. So what are you seeing like possible now for you that you didn't see before in this situation?
I think it's a lot clearer that how easy it'll be to make my return on
Yeah.
investment and make
Okay.
my goal. So I'm
Why?
ready.
Yeah. Why do you think it was important to see this before?
To be honest with
Bro.
you, I never really, outside of what you showed me, I never really did the math on the
Yeah.
jobs. I just went by,
Ah. Okay.
now I
Yeah.
understand how you got there, and I see that it's there, I believe.
Yeah. Do you see how like the fear was just a myth in this case, and like every moment that you actually like wait is you're losing $10,000 per week. Do you see that?
Right.
Do you see how that's possible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is this something you want to wait on to continue losing $10,000 a week, or
Hell no, I want to
do you
get
actually want to break
started
that?
right away.
Okay. So what do you think we should do here? What's the next step for us so we don't lose that money each week?
If you can get me that offer over, I'll look it over and I can have it signed today.
You have time today? Okay. You
Yeah.
sure? I'll give you 1 hour to sign
Well,
that.
give it till the end of the day, and then I can
Yep.
get it picked next week. It's Friday, so
Yep. So I went through that again. So that was the steps. So I'm just to re-anchor, and then I'm gonna have you go through this, Justin. Okay. So
okay.
step number one was what? Was
Um,
acknowledge.
yeah, acknowledge what they said. So what
Step
I'm
number
hearing
two is
is
clarify.
X, clarify
Yep. And I'll
anything I'm
just go through
missing.
this with you, and then I'll have
Oh,
like
sorry.
those balloons. No, then I'll have you go through the steps. Step two is clarify.
Yep.
Clarify the main concern to make sure that there's no more concerns they have about what they said, because you want to get more context, right? The next step is the reframe. Reframe from problem to possibility.
Next
Reframe
step
from
is
the pit.
normalize.
Thank you. Normalize. The next step is normalize. Look at that. Look at that. You're crushing it with me. The
It was
next
a
step,
test.
we've gone through this. The next step is normalize the fear. Hey, can I tell you what I see? Might be a little bit of fear, right? This fear is normal, right? Normalize that this is exactly what happens when we enroll a new client inside this as a dealer. This is exactly what other people have said. Can I tell you exactly how and then you go into the next step, which is reframe. Can I tell you that how this is not even possible? Where you want to interrupt their belief, this is not even a possibility. It is impossible that 3 years time from now there's not gonna be enough jobs. Can I tell you how that exactly happened? Yeah, and you want to get them visually anchored in somehow,
Mhm.
like, and this could be, remember, the reframe is a story about another client, a story about them, a story about myself, right? It could be a metaphor, right? A metaphor could be anything. It could be a metaphor about how, hey, look up for a second. Do you see that there's a wall up there, right? Right now we're hitting against a wall, right? Because right now, like X, 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 right now, right? So you want to use a wall, right? Or it's kind of like this. It's kind of like hitting a wall. It's kind of like this. And you get it, right? Cool. And then the next step is what? To
Question.
anchor, question anchor.
Yeah.
You want to get anchor in the reframe. So if it was the wall analogy, metaphor, right? Then you're saying, why do you think it was important for me to talk about how you're hitting a wall? Why does that resonate with you? Why do you think it's important for you to see that right now? Right? It doesn't matter whether it's a story. Why is it important for you to hear that story about the client? You want to
Right.
anchor in their nervous system and their psychology so that the identity has been shifted. So they tell you, don't move on. And then what's the final step?
Wasn't that the final step?
Nope. It's the closing question, the moving the sale forward
All
question.
right. Yeah. Step five is just like
Yeah.
reclarify, I guess, reclarify the reclaim, like
It's
make
moving the
sure.
sale forward question, closing
Okay.
question. So this might be in a triage call, this might be in a strategy call, right? This might be it might be at the end of when you're closing the deal, but it's moving the sale forward question. So acknowledge, clarify, normalize the belief and the thought, and then reframe it, story, metaphor, or analogy, right?
Okay.
Visual, kinesthetic, right? And then we want to anchor in anchoring questions to anchor that in, and then we want to moving the sale forward questions or closing the sale. Okay, now teach me those steps again.
Yes. So number one is acknowledge. Uh, you
Yes.
know, what I'm hearing is X, and then number two is clarify. Okay, so clarify the main concern. Is there anything I'm missing? Are you sure? Number three is normalize. Can I tell you something that this is normal? Um, you know, dispel their fear. Number four is reframe. So can I show you how that's not even a possibility in what we're looking at here? And then number five is question the anchor the belief, with either metaphor, story, example, pull up the phone. And then number six is move the sale forward question.
Bam.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. And why do you think I'm going to anchor in this whole frame? Why do you think for you, Justin, this was extremely important for you to learn, to embody, to teach me, to get into your system? Because this was great work. We went
Yeah,
deep on
because
this.
I guess it's almost on the same level as if as the role play we're doing with me as the prospect. Me as the sales guy's never actually gone into that, tapped
Hmm.
into that, right? From that point of view. So I'm just seeing the objection and I'm like, okay, whatever. But I've never actually put myself in the position of that prospect to understand like why that fear is really holding them up or why that's even coming up. Because
Yeah.
I feel like I've done step one, step two, step three. I've given them the ROI. I've given them all the info they need. So it isn't landing on me from that point of view why they're still having an objection. But now I've seen it from their point of view, right?
Yeah. Yep. So let's go through this. We got a couple minutes. Go
Okay.
through top to bottom. And I'm going to give you some resistance on something. What do you think would be helpful? Like, give me another potential concern, red flag, or objection.
Let's do this since this has just been coming up a lot and we've been working on it. Let's just do seasonality.
Okay. The season, like the winter coming up for
Yeah,
me?
like, you
Okay.
know, let's say they've only got about
It's not
a
the right
month and
time.
a half to 2 months
Yeah.
before they're gonna have
Christmas,
to shut down for the winter.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It doesn't matter what you're selling. It's the winter,
yeah,
the season. It's Christmas time. Oh, not a good time. Yeah.
right.
Okay. So I put this in the chat. Again, acknowledge, clarify, normalize, reframe, um, and then anchoring.
Okay.
Uh, I'm going to put identity anchor. So of the reframe, because we're changing their identity. And then I'm going to put question, identity anchor question. And the last one is move sale forward question, questions. Okay. All
And we'll
right.
just
Let's
play it.
roll. Yeah. So Justin, I don't I right now, like the winter's coming up and like I'm just concerned that we're not gonna have any jobs and I don't want to throw down like 25 grand and then in the next 3, 4 months we're not gonna have any business. Yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna pull the trigger on this, man.
Okay. I appreciate you sharing that, Patrick. So, what I'm hearing, I guess, is you're just a little bit concerned that if we get you started, today or tomorrow, there's not enough time for you to, make your investment back before the winter hits.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
about right.
Is there anything I'm missing there? Is that your main concern? Just that there's not enough time or not enough time for you to make your money back in that time, or is there anything else?
I think the biggest concern is that I don't want to give you guys 50K and then all of a sudden like what is it? November, December, January, February, there's
Yeah.
4 months and I'm not making any of my return on investment back. So I guess the real thing is about my return on investment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. Listen, that's completely normal way to feel. That comes up very often with new dealers.
Mhm.
But can I share something with you about how, that's not even really something you should have to worry about right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about it. So like how is that not even yeah, sure, tell me. Like what are your
Yeah, so let me
thoughts?
explain to you how that's not even a problem in this
Oh,
process, and
okay.
I'll teach you how to move past it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So so Patrick, going back to what you originally said, you say there's about 2 months left of you to work, and you're unsure if it makes sense for you to give us the 25K and not be able to work over the winter. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, I'm gonna give you two examples and show you why that's not even a concern. Number
Oh,
one,
okay.
um, number one, downtime is good for is for a business. For any
Hmm.
business, downtime is good. So the benefit of you starting today is we'll be able to get you rolled out and operating quickly. But then on top of that, during the winter months that you're concerned, we'll use that downtime to build you a specific sales plan that you can follow to recoup the rest of your investment very quickly after that winter sting has passed. Okay. So is that clear?
Yeah, that's clear. So you're saying
Okay.
like January time we're building the sales plan, which is two
January
months
time, we're
out
building
from
the
now.
sales
Okay.
plan, and the good news is we'll have you operating in 2 months before that, where you
Hmm.
can make a little bit of your investment back and get that experience that we can plug into the future. So
Okay.
that's step one. Step
Okay.
two, what's the size of the area that you're looking at right now? How many people?
We've got what, 120,000 in our territory?
120,000
Yeah,
people. Right. That's what I
120,000.
thought. And
Yeah.
you told me that you need to make, 10K a month to have this work for you. Is that correct?
Yeah, 10K a month. Yep,
Okay.
that's worth it for
So
me.
could you do me a favor and pull out your phone?
Sure, got
I'll
it.
have you do this example with me and show you exactly how we're gonna
Okay.
how we're gonna start the process in getting you that.
Okay,
So
cool.
there's 120,000 people in your area. I
Yep.
think we discussed this earlier about do you remember how many people the percentages of that need roof replacement right now today?
I think it was 10%, you said, right? 10%?
10%.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, give me 10% of that number.
Well, I just know it's 12,000. Yeah.
So 12,000 people need roof regeneration, or sorry, roof rejuvenation today.
Hmm.
And you want to make 10K a week?
Yeah.
How many jobs a week is that, Patrick?
10K a week. Was that 3 jobs or 4 jobs? Three to four
That's
jobs?
three jobs a week.
Yeah.
So
Right.
now so now you know the potential. Let
Yeah.
me address it. Let me address the other issue.
Okay.
If we hold this off for you and don't get you started today, are you okay with somebody else coming in and taking that
Uh,
work over winter?
no, I'm not okay with that.
Right. Do you think it makes sense for you to get in right now and at least
Uh,
secure the area?
yeah, 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 it does. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Uh, I'm
What aren't
willing.
you sure about still?
I'm not sure about just, I hear what you're saying, but like, I still don't know like about the return on investment, for the, I don't want to waste. Yeah.
Well, here's the
So
thing,
Justin, you got me, you
Patrick.
got me on
Yeah.
this. You got me on
Okay.
this. I'm in a corner. You got me, you boxed me up. See, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fucking awesome. Can I give you some feedback?
Yep.
Okay, positive feedback. You crushed it. What I love is you did steps. You went into my analyzer mind and you normalized it like beautifully. You clarified it beautifully, right? You said the main other concerns you have beautifully. You acknowledged me beautifully. The only thing I would say in the acknowledgement piece is like, can I share with you what I'm hearing? Make sure
Just add
and
that
just
line.
let me know if I got all this right, right? It's like a little more detailed with the acknowledgement. Okay,
Okay.
it's the only thing I would change. Did I get that right? Am I off? Is there anything more? Which is step two, clarify. Right? And then the deeper part of clarification is there any other main concerns around this thing I just acknowledged? And you
Right.
link the clarifying to the acknowledgement. Is there anything else from that I'm missing from the acknowledgement that you said? Link it with the exact words from the acknowledgement.
Right.
Okay. Otherwise, on fire. The reframe was on point. I love that you said there's two things. And then I love that you said step one. Because I'm with you as step one, beautiful. Okay. Step two, beautiful. Right? It was a little long on step two, and I was waiting
Yeah.
for you to get to the point because my
I know.
my
I realize
system was getting a little
it.
bit like frustrated, like where are we going with this? Right? And so like the reframe faster, right? A little bit more like faster. And I want you to use a little more confidence on that. Meaning like we need to build the sales plan. It's going to take us 3 months to actually build the
Yeah.
marketing plan and build the sales plan.
Right. So we need you
We
to get in there
need
and use
rather
that
than
that first two
like
months before winter to really
yeah,
get that
we need
data
it.
so that we
We
can,
need
yeah.
this time.
Okay.
This is not, it's inarguable. Like, thank God that there's 3 months of downtime. Can I tell you why? Because we need the 3 months to build the $1 million a year plan. Then like, sorry, to actually apply, to build it and actually execute it. We need it.
Okay. Yeah, I got
Thank
that.
God. It's like the thank God frame. Right. And then what the only thing you missed was the identity anchor reframe questions. So
Okay.
you went right to moving the sale forward questions. Right? You went to, I think it was like, are you ready to do this or whatever it was? Are you ready to move forward? Versus, this is so important. Is the reframe is simply questions, anchoring questions is why do you think it's important for you to get started now versus actually waiting another 3 or 4 months
Okay.
based on what I just said about step number one.
Yeah.
Based on what I said about us, like we need to build a 90-day plan now and execute it now. So we set up Q1 and Q2 successfully. Why do you think it's important to pull the trigger now versus waiting? What do you see differently now?
Yeah. No,
What's opening up that you didn't
and
see
the and the
before?
answer would be, I have some experience in the market already, and then once the
Yeah,
sales plan is fully built, there's no, we've already had the downtime, and I can just
yeah,
hit the ground running, right?
beautiful. And so why do you think it's also important to not wait another 3 to 6 months based on like the fact that we're
Well,
talking to
10
other dealers?
10,000 10,000 guys in my proposed county need roof rejuvenation now.
Yeah, exactly. And do you want us? Why do you think it's important? Do you like to pull the trigger now versus
So,
in terms of like
if I
us
don't get
talking to
this,
other dealers? Like, do you?
somebody else is gonna take
Yeah,
it.
and do you want someone else to take it?
No.
So do
So
you see
that's
how before I get into
right.
moving the sale forward, I'm anchoring, nervous system
Yeah.
anchor,
And
sales
you've
psychology
answered the
anchor. So they're
question.
like, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah,
And
you've
then it's
answered
like,
the
okay,
question of
what
how
do you know you need to do next? What's the
right.
next step for us so that
Yeah.
we don't miss out? What's the next step pain so we don't have this pain happen? What's the next step so that like the future? Yeah.
Yeah, you
This is
answered the question of why,
yeah.
why it's important for you to give me the 25K, because if I don't hammer this down, someone else is going to, and and 10,000 people need roof rejuvenation right
Beautiful.
now. So
Yes. Justin,
great.
was this was probably one of the most important um, sessions that we did in terms of how do you actually overcome, remove, dismantle, and pre-handle any resistance? Not objections. These are not
I agree. Yeah.
objections. Objections are just unanswered, unresolved trauma coming from a belief system. They're coming in with belief system A, and we had to reframe it to B. Like the whole goal in sales is to convert their mindset from a Honda Civic mindset to a Ferrari mindset. So we're
Right.
constantly dismantling their belief system by making them feel more safe, more seen, more heard, and by meeting them where they are, clarifying, normalizing what they're feeling and experiencing. I hear you're feeling this, you're experiencing this, reframing it with a story, a metaphor that they believe and feel and experience consistently, right? Neuro linguistic programming. Choosing an intentional. So now moving forward, you can choose an intentional story, intentional metaphor, or intentional analytical step-by-step model. So you did the model one. By the way, a model is another one. A model is step one, step two, step three. That's a model. It's another version, right? And then the identity anchor reframe questions where we get them to agree to that and tell us why. So it's gone. It's dismantled. We're just a magician. It's gone. And then we just move it forward, right?
Yeah.
And
This
moving
was
forward
gold.
might be just asking the next question inside the triage. But that
Right.
no longer will ever come up again. Because if it ever did, it's like, oh, you remember we talked about how like you're hitting a wall. Well, do you still want to hit the wall with X? No. So it's gone. It's just like a thing. It's like a loop in their mind that just stays there. It's embedded in their system. So
Yeah, this was
yeah,
gold. Yeah, man,
good.
it's great.
Good. We
Like
got it
you
recorded.
said,
Well, I'll
just
send
like
it
you
out to
said,
the
we won't
team.
ever have to answer that question again with the prospect.
Never.
I don't think I'll ever have
Yeah.
to go back. I don't think I'll ever have to go back and figure out,
No.
how to get stuck on a. That was
I
great.
got to jump off, but now all these things that were like I can talk to a dealer, the winter weather, like the
It's
questions,
all the same.
concerns,
Yeah.
objections. It doesn't matter. I just gave
Right.
you the framework, right?
Yep.
The thing this is the one today. If we oversell their area, other
Yeah. It's all
BDL
it's all
dealers
the
there,
same. It doesn't
like
matter.
it's all the same. It doesn't
Right.
matter. It's how much more intentional can we be with